Welcome back to A Minute with Alan. This episode is called Street Smarts. Now, I am going to define street smarts as being wise in an urban environment and recognizing how you can get past difficulties on your own responsibility or exploit opportunities on your own initiative. When I was in high school, I became the only exchange student in the history of that high school. I still may be. And at 17, I went to Europe. We went through about 6 countries and wound up in Finland for a couple of weeks, where the person came, my counterpart came, who spent a year in my city, Union City, New Jersey. Now, I couldn't speak Finnish, and he could speak 6 languages, which is intimidating, but it was an eye-opening, career, life-changing event. So I got back to the U.S., and it was August, it was the summer, and I was asked to meet with the mayor to debrief him on what had happened. This was Mayor William Musto in Union City, New Jersey, who was a real original patronage guy. He ruled the city with an iron fist. I was very intimidated. But I said to myself, I'm not going to get this opportunity again, so what happens here? I told him about the trip. And he was very taken by it. I was a really good speaker even then. And as we got up, he stood up and I stood up to leave, and he had his entourage around him. He said, Alan, let me know if I can ever help you. Now, I needed money. I had to think about college. I had to think about the fact that, I had met this girlfriend who would be my wife, Maria, and things like this. So I said, well, Mayor, if you could help me get a job in the post office, that would be great. The post office paid an astonishing $6 per hour. Astonishing. I was offered a job at Palisades Amusement Park to be assistant PR director over the summer, and that paid about $3 an hour. So, now don't forget, the post office is a federal job. It is not a state or city job. It's a federal job. He says, I'll look into it for you. I thanked him and I left. And so, about a week later, I got an offer to come to a civil service exam in a center, a government center, in Union City, and take the test. Now, I kill tests. Except when you open this book, it was just what you've heard about. A train leaves Omaha at 3 a.m. in the morning. And before it reaches Pascagoula, it encounters a wreck on the track and has to be rerouted. Meanwhile, a mail plane has left San Francisco. I mean, that every question was like that. Every single question was like that. 40 questions. So, I went home and I said to my parents, I'm going to have to get another job. This will not work out. And, I'm looking at $1.10, $1.20 jobs and like Mickey Fins and so forth. And I get a call from a postal guy, a manager, and he says, listen, come on in so we can get your details so you can start your job next week. You used to work during the Christmas holidays and you could do the night shifts. If there was school, you could do the night shifts, but that was kind of tough. But you could work all summer. And I went in to see him, and I said, I'm hired? He said, you're hired. Yeah. I said, I passed the civil service test? He said, yeah, of course you did. He said, aren't you the kid who was recommended by the mayor? I said, yeah. He said, well, naturally, you got 100.